Hey, what's up? Jigxor here. Excel's if function simplifies conditional calculations and provides an efficient way to automate updating values based on logical expressions. In this video, I will show you how to use the if function in Excel, including a few sample scenarios to help you better understand its context. Let's go. Excel's if function works like a decision maker. You give it an expression to check, and it returns one of two results depending on whether the condition is true or false. Follow these simple steps to create your own if function. Select the cell for your result, then define the question your if function will answer, along with the results you want if the condition returns true or false. In my case, I want to categorize employees as senior if they've worked more than 20 years, and junior if they've been here less than that. So let's put that in an if statement like this. Enter equal if parentheses. Then click the cell containing the employee's length of tenure. Add the comparison, greater than or equal to 20, followed by a comma. The first argument in an if statement, called the logical expression, must contain the comparison operators such as equal to, greater than, or less than, or logical functions like and, or not, depending on the specific data you're evaluating. For your formula to work, separate each argument with a comma. After the logical expression, add the value you want to return if it's true, which in my example is senior, while the last argument is the value to return if the logical expression is false. Remember, if the values you're trying to display is a text, enclose them in double quotes. Quickly apply the if statement to the rest of your table by double-clicking the bottom right corner of the cell. The earlier example should be enough if your logical expression compares numeric values. This time, let's see if the if function can also check for specific words or phrases in a cell. For example, I want to identify employees in a certain department by checking whether their employee number contains the word admin. In this case, the statement must be equals if, open parentheses, is number, open parentheses, search, open parentheses, quotation, admin, quotation, comma, B2, close parentheses, comma, quotation, admin, quotation, comma, quotation, operation, quotation. To break down the arguments, note that the logical expression contains two additional Excel functions, is number and search. The search function returns a number that determines the position of the first match found in the employee number cell. This statement is enclosed within the isNumber function so that if it returns a positive integer, the logical expression determines that the search text exists in the cell. For multiple conditions, you can try nesting. This means writing one if function inside another, allowing you to check multiple conditions and get different results for each possible outcome. As an example, I want to rate employees based on their daily tasks. In this case, let's label them exceptional for 500 or more tasks, satisfactory for between 250 and 499, and needs improvement for less than 250. Start your statement by typing equals if, open parentheses, close parentheses, and provide the initial logical expression, which is cell D2 greater than or equal to 500, followed by a comma. If this condition returns true, you can either write a string manually or reference a cell value. When referencing a static value in a cell, don't forget to press F4 to lock and make it absolute. Next, specify the subcondition when the initial expression returns false. Enter another if function containing the logical expression. Cell D2 greater than or equals to 250. Similarly to the previous statement, click on the satisfactory cell in the criteria table and lock the reference with the F4 key. Lastly, click on the last criteria to set it as the result if the second expression is false, and lock the reference as well. Avoid syntax errors by reviewing your statement and making sure the appropriate closing parentheses are included. Once your statement is complete, double-click the bottom corner of the cell to apply the same condition to the remaining rows in your table. Nested if statements can be a helpful way to handle situations where you have several different criteria to check. But as you add more and more conditions, they can quickly become complex and difficult to manage. For improved readability, consider using the ifs function to replace the long statement with a single condition. Start with equals ifs, open parentheses, close parentheses. Write the first criteria, which is cell D2 greater than or equal to 500, comma, followed by the cell reference for exceptional, and press F4 key to make it absolute. Next, enter the second criteria, cell D2 greater than or equal to 250, followed by the cell reference for satisfactory. Finally, add the last expression, cell D2 less than or equal to 249. Then choose and make the cell reference absolute as well. Compared to nested if statements, the ifs function is less prone to errors and easier to read, especially with complex conditions. Okay, if I've been able to help you, I'd appreciate a thumbs up and a subscription. If something didn't work out and you're stuck, check the comments. Maybe someone has solved the problem. Otherwise, I can try and help you further. I offer personal support on Fiverr and can give you independent advice. I also offer many other services. Feel free to check them out. You'll find the link in the video description. Until next time, bye.